Steve, good to see you back at Hampden. We're building up to the Nations League A doubleheader against Poland and Portugal. I mean, now the dust has settled on the Euros, it must have been a summer of mixed emotions for you.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, we didn't achieve what we wanted to achieve in the summer, so there's always that disappointment. There's also the pride of taking the country to the tournament after a long time. 1998 was the last time we were at a major finals overseas. Great to see the Scottish fans there, but ultimately it ended in disappointment. So, yeah, mixed emotions.
What do you do off the back of that? Did you watch the rest of the tournament? Did you try and shut yourself off, or what was your process?
I go home, try and decompress a little bit, let the stress of the tournament drain away. But no, I watched the rest of the tournament because obviously these are teams that we're going to come up against, we're going to play. So you want to watch the games, you want to see who's playing who and what formations, different styles. You're always trying to learn. Even off a bad experience, you still have to learn. You don't stop working.
You don't need added incentive to qualify for a World Cup for your country, but if there were any wee niggles or fine lines, it must be added fuel for the fire for you and the boys.
No, I think I've always said that I'd love to go to a World Cup with my country. Hopefully we get the chance to do that in the qualifying for the tournament in the Americas. That's the aim. But before that, we've got a really difficult Nations League section to look forward to, and we do look forward to the games. There'll be tough games, tough opponents, but we want to challenge ourselves. We want to show everybody that we've learned some lessons from the summer. The last time we had a disappointing summer was probably when we lost to Ukraine in the playoff games. From that, we reset, we pushed again, and we had a really good qualifying campaign for Euro 2024. That's what we have to do again.
You said ahead of the Euros that you thought this doubleheader might see a little refresh, I think is the way you put it, in terms of the group. I suppose on and off the pitch, some of it has been a case of your hands being tied in terms of injuries again. Maybe worth a word on Callum McGregor, somebody who's been a good servant for his country. Yeah,
obviously disappointing to lose a player of Callum's quality from the squad. It is an area of the pitch where we're quite strong, so hopefully we can cover that loss of Callum. For me, I had a good chat with Callum about the whole situation. I understand his reasons, I respect his reasons, and we wish him well for the future.
It's not exactly like for like, but people moving on does free up space for someone else to take the chance. Ben Doak is obviously someone that you rate, and he was called into the group initially for the Euros. He had a bad break. He was unlucky to miss out. You must be looking forward to working with him again. Yeah, I think there's some new faces in the squad. There's some different personnel for various reasons. Obviously, some players without a club at the moment makes it more difficult to select them. Obviously, still a lot of injury issues that we had going into the summer. We've still got a lot of injury issues now, especially in defence. So nice to have some different faces. We'll freshen the squad a little bit. I touched on it before that. Obviously, after one campaign's over, so the Euro 2024 campaign is over. We're now building towards the campaign to qualify for 2026. These Nation League games is a good opportunity to look at a number of players, and that's what we aim to do. Max Johnson's another one who's had a bit of a taste for it before he came in briefly to join the group, I think, for the France friendly. It is a great opportunity for somebody like him to come and make a good impression on you guys. Yeah,
I think that's the best way to look at it. The best way to see these guys, obviously you can watch them in games, you can watch them on video. The best way to understand what they've got to offer the group moving forward is to bring them into camp. So that's what we've done with Max. We've done that with Ryan Gauld as well. We do it with Ben Doak. We obviously had a little taste of Ben in the summer, which was nice. Got a few people excited, but unfortunately his injury flared up again, which put him out the squad. So we've got a chance to go and look at a few people, and hopefully we can build a bigger squad of players, more talent, because I think if one thing the summer has shown is that we need to develop the talent base. We need more players in and around that we can select as and when we get injury problems.
And Ryan Gould's obviously a different age and stage. He's someone who was involved as a younger player. What have you seen from him that you like, that he's due an opportunity?
He's a talented player. He's obviously chosen a different career path. It's worked out well for Ryan. He's ended up as one of the key players at Vancouver in the MLS. He's been consistent in his performances. He scores goals, creates goals, and hopefully he can bring something a little bit different, a midfield player that brings something a little bit different to the squad.
off the pitch, you've freshened things up a little bit as well. James Morrison's taken a step back. You've been joined by Alan Irvine. Can you talk us through that?
Yeah, I wanted to feel a little bit younger, so I brought Alan in. Now, the thinking behind that was always, no matter what would happen in the summer, I was always going to rotate that position. So James had his 14 month or whatever, he made a really valuable contribution. James goes back to West Brom, he gets on with his coaching career, decides which path he's going to take in his career, hopefully with a lot of good experience from working with the national team. Probably, if the tournament had gone well for us, I might have gone with another young one. I just feel that on the back of a disappointing campaign for everybody, or a disappointing tournament for everybody, to bring in somebody with Alan's experience was the right thing to do. He can have a little look, he might see one or two things that John and myself are missing, and hopefully that can make us better moving forward.
Everybody likes to get a call up for the country. What's the conversations been like with him? He must have been delighted to get the chance.
Yeah, delighted. Obviously, surprisingly, probably his first sort of involvement with the national team. When you look at his experience in the game, the people that he's worked with, the career that he's had. One of the best coaches that I've seen working on the coaching pitch, really good. And I think the lads will enjoy working with Alan.
You all had to work hard to get us to this top tier of the Nations League. It's 2 great games to get us going again.
Yeah, 2 great games. Poland at home is tough. Obviously ourselves, Croatia and Portugal, probably feeling a little bit disappointment off the back of the tournament in the summer. Everybody with a point to prove, so hopefully 6 great matches and enough points to stay in that top league for the next Nations League campaign.
Well, we normally end on a word for the supporters. I don't think there's any doubt they were some of our best ambassadors again in the summer. They earned respect all over the football world. What's your message to them heading into a fresh campaign?
For the supporters is, I hope they enjoyed the summer. I think most of them did. Obviously they're just as disappointed, or the players and myself are just as disappointed as they were that we didn't get the results that we wanted in the tournament. But it's a new campaign, fresh campaign. If they continue to give us the backing that they've given us over the last 5 years, then we can look forward to hopefully many good times ahead.